Endless suspense over what's going to happen in the Uttar Pradesh BJP unit and a mega churn expected. We're now getting details of Amit Shah meeting with Prime Minister Modi. Just before this, the UP BJP chief Bhupendra Chaudhary also met with Prime Minister Modi. Home Minister Amit Shah is meeting with Prime Minister Modi at his residence at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, and it's leading to endless speculation on whether there's going to be a big decision taken by the BJP top brass, a reshuffle, a rejig of sorts of the UP BJP unit and perhaps of the Yogi government as well. Piyush Mishra is joining us with more details on exactly what would transpire in this meeting, what was on the agenda. Piyush, good evening. There have been non-stop such huddles that have taken place in the last 24 hours and largely centered around what's happening in Uttar Pradesh. What about this meeting? Any details you've been able to pick up on what was discussed, Piyush?
Oh, good evening, Akshita. And yes, there are a series of meetings that are taking place in national capital as far as the politics of UP is concerned. Right now, as we are speaking, Home Minister Amit Shah is at the residence of PM Narendra Modi, and he is also meeting with Prime Minister. And this meeting has come in the wake of the kind of political statements that have been made by Keshav Maurya. Remember that there was a meeting of BJP Karya Samiti in Lucknow, in which Keshav Maurya had made a very important statement where he had said that Sangathan Sarkar se bada hota hai, which translates into in that organization is always bigger than the government. After that statement, he was called to Delhi. There was a one-to-one meeting between Keshav Maurya, Bhupendra Yadav and JP Nadda, in which what we are learning is that BJP top leaders have briefed BJP's national president about the main issues on which the party had to face poor performance in the state of Uttar Pradesh. After that big meeting, what we are now learning is that Home Minister Amit Shah is meeting with PM Narendra Modi. We will have to wait and watch what comes out of this meeting. But what we are given to understand from our sources is that the leaders have so far taken the responsibility of the poor performance of party in Lok Sabha elections. They are also saying that they never expected the kind of performance BJP performed during the elections.
From 62, they dropped to 33. It's happened about a month ago. So what's leading to all of this, thought, these huddles now? Well, it seems, one, the open rebellion that we're seeing. And secondly, also the fact that there is a bypoll in Uttar Pradesh of 10 seats, which is extremely crucial now for the BJP. Samath Srivastava is also joining us from Lucknow. And Samath, Piyush, I request both of you to stay with me because I first want to take a look at all the developments that we've seen in the last 24 hours in this story. It's evident now, beyond question, that there are rumblings within the party, within the UP BJP unit. We've had Keshav Prasad Maurya speaking about it publicly. There have been some leaders who've been very clearly told, look, don't speak out in public. Don't make it clear that there are problems right now. We'll address it within. JP Nadda has directly intervened. It seems Prime Minister Modi has also directly intervened after his meeting with the UP BJP chief. Let's sum up for you all the developments that have taken place on this big story.
Rumblings in the Uttar Pradesh BJP are out in the open after the setbacks suffered in the Lok Sabha elections. Several party leaders and allies have voiced their concern about the functioning of the bureaucracy in the state and the perceived neglect of party workers. From Lucknow to Delhi, the party top brass has had a series of huddles over the last few days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met UP BJP chief Bhupendra Chaudhary on Wednesday. The meeting comes a day after BJP President JP Nadda held talks with UP Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya and the state unit chief. Sources tell India Today the talks focused on reducing friction between the party organization and the state government. Sources say Nadda instructed leaders not to make statements that may harm the party's interests. A message has been sent out to keep the party and government united. Sources added that there is no move to change Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, but the state party organization could be rejigged. Sources also hint at a cabinet reshuffle in UP. The meetings were necessitated by statements by leaders that indicated all is not well within the party. Deputy CM KP Maurya's comment at a meeting of MLAs in Lucknow on Monday in particular made headlines. Maurya had also skipped 2 cabinet meetings held by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath.
संगठन सरकार से बड़ा है, बड़ा था, बड़ा रहेगा।
Now sections within the BJP are questioning why Maurya didn't raise any objections while being Deputy Chief Minister for 7 long years. They point out that Maurya was made Deputy Chief Minister despite losing the Assembly election. The BJP, however, has played down the fight within.
संगठन का तंत्र राष्ट्रीय लेवल से लेकर बूथ तक या बूथ से लेकर राष्ट्रीय लेवल तक है तो केवल और केवल भाजपा में है और भाजपा का ही निष्ठावान देवतुल्य कार्यकर्ता ऐसा है जो निस्वार्थ भाव से 365 दिन काम करता है.
To add to the BJP's woes, its allies are also openly voicing their concern about governance in UP.
इग्नोर नहीं किया जा सकता है कि प्रशासन में कुछ न कुछ. मैं तो बार बार हमेशा कहता हूँ कि ढेर सारे अधिकारी ऐसे हैं कि अंदर से हाथी साइकिल पंजा है, ऊपर से कमल ओढ़कर कुर्सी बैठे हैं. जब उनको मौका मिलता है तो डसने का कोशिश.
Recently, Apna Dal Chief and Union Minister Anupriya Patel wrote a letter to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath claiming many quota vacancies were de-reserved and given to general category, leading to anger among backward classes. The churn within the BJP-led NDA has given the Samajwadi Party a chance to target the Yogi government.
ये सरकार जो आपस में लड़ रही है, इनके फैसले भी जल्दीबाजी के हैं. जहां शिक्षकों को परेशान करने के लिए जो सरकार ने फैसला लिया कि ऑनलाइन डिजिटल अटेंडेंस ली जाएगी, समाजवादी पार्टी ने उसका विरोध भी किया. वहीं ये जहां कमजोर पड़े हैं, लखनऊ में और सरकार में ये कमजोर पड़े हैं, इसलिए इन्होंने ध्वस्तीकरण का अपना फैसला टाला है.
The focus for the BJP is now the bypolls on the 10 seats for which CM Yogi Adityanath held a meeting with the in-charge ministers. It looks like for the BJP, the internal and the external battle is continuing with the fact that how the voices are coming. But a big question still remains how the party will go ahead with this kind of environment where the cadre, the coordination and the organization government equation is still under the question. In Lucknow with cameraman Neeraj Kumar, Abhishek Mitra for India Today.
Let's get you also a news break coming in. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be meeting with the governor shortly. Chief Minister Yogi will be handing over an invitation regarding the upcoming assembly session. So for all of the endless speculation on what exactly this meeting is going to be about, the agenda is very clear. It's going to be a formal invite that's being extended to the governor, to Anandiben Patel. So the speculation of Yogi Adityanath meeting the governor to express some sort of big decision, that's not going to happen. This is for the upcoming assembly session in Uttar Pradesh, which starts on July 29. Samarth Srivastava is joining us with more details on this. Samarth, the reason there's such a big glare on what's happening right now in the UP BJP unit is because there are a lot of questions about whether Yogi's future as Chief Minister is also in trouble here. What are you picking up from your sources? Is that something that's going to happen or completely ruled out?
I think there is complete uncertainty because we see Bhupendra Chaudhary, the UP BJP chief, meeting the central leadership of BJP, Keshav Prasad Maurya meeting JP Nadda, and you clearly see the statement of Keshav Prasad Maurya where he says that your pain is my pain. He's talking about the BJP workers' pain and also his pain. Then what made the UP Deputy CM in pain? If the Deputy CM of Uttar Pradesh is in pain, then what's the reason? Who are those because of which the UP Deputy CM is in pain? And also interestingly, where he's giving this statement? He's giving this statement in the BJP executive meeting where Yogi Adityanath, the CM of UP, is also sitting on the stage. Hardly few centimeters from him. So that's a bigger thing why UP Deputy CM is in pain, and that's a clear-cut hint or a hit towards UP CM Yogi Adityanath, who has been around the bureaucracy, the tag which has been intact with the UP CM since 2017, and that's what the report the BJP central leadership has got, and that's what the Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya, not just Keshav Prasad Maurya, but various MLAs, MPs, even Cabinet Minister Sanjay Nishad spoke to India Today TV and said that they are not, the administration and the policemen are not respecting even the ministers. Then what can you expect of them to treating the BJP workers? So the voice is loud and clear from the BJP and even the alliance partners now.
The question also, Samarth, here's of Keshav Prasad Maurya. As Deputy Chief Minister, it's very clear that he's upset with how party workers are being treated. But why hasn't he spoken out for so long? And as Deputy Chief Minister, doesn't he also have a certain amount of authority to go ahead and ensure party workers are, treated well?
Well, that's a bigger thing, that there should have been a communication. It seems that there is a communication gap between the Deputy CM and the CM, or the thing was translated to CM Yogi, but nothing happened. While CM Yogi Adityanath in that same executive meeting says that there is no need to go on back foot, though he said that on some other context of replying to the opposition claims on social media, but CM Yogi Adityanath is more towards the administration, and we see the action being taken by CM Yogi in the past 28 to 48 hours, be it stopping the bulldozer action in the Pantnagar area of Lucknow, or we see the attendance thing of the teachers. So he has taken such actions, but all of these actions were initiated by the administration and the senior officials. It had nothing to do with any BJP minister, and that is the biggest thing. Why it's Sangathan, that means the cadre versus the administration thing has risen up, and at the same time when Keshav Prasad Maurya meets JP Nadda, there comes another meeting in Lucknow today morning where a few cabinet ministers and few state ministers were called upon, though it was said that it is for the by-elections, but something is cooking, be it in the central leadership of BJP or in the UP BJP, that there is uncertainty. Maybe they will be waiting for the dates of the by-elections. After that, there could be some big decision. But from now, at least when CM Yogi Adityanath meeting the governor in the next few minutes, what we are getting from sources that he will be meeting and will have a discussion regarding the dates of the upcoming UP assembly in the coming days in Lucknow. Back to you.
Okay, so that is a formality. That meeting, the agenda is very, very clear. But as Samarth tells us, there's something definitely cooking in Uttar Pradesh, in the BJP unit. And this could translate to a churn, it could translate to a reshuffle, it could translate to some of the biggest faces of the UP BJP being moved aside, being pushed aside. We'll be tracking all the latest twists and turns. Thanks very much, Samarth, for joining us. But here are 5 signs that the BJP simply couldn't ignore of infighting, which is what's prompted right now all of these meetings, these huddles, this looking within. Number 1, you had BJP chief of Uttar Pradesh, Bhupendra Chaudhary, meeting with Prime Minister Modi, and that made it very clear that perhaps there was some effort from the central leadership to understand what's going wrong. Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya met with party chief JP Nadda in Delhi yesterday. There was reportedly a detailed discussion in which Nadda also told him not to go ahead and air his grievances publicly as well. And that's because Maurya, before this, has skipped 2 crucial Yogi cabinet meets, chose to not be there, chose to not turn up for the meets. And this is a Deputy Chief Minister not being there. Speaks volumes really of what's really happening in the UP BJP. It's clearly affecting governance as well, considering the Deputy CM didn't turn up. Netas have been asked very clearly by the BJP High Command in Uttar Pradesh not to make statements that harm the party's interests, that if they have any concerns to raise it with the party and not speak publicly, particularly because of Keshav Prasad Maurya again. Just 2 days ago, he made a cryptic comment saying the party is bigger than the government. So these are 5 signs clearly of infighting within the UP BJP that's led to tongues wagging of exactly what steps are going to be taken next by the central command, by the BJP top brass. Because also remember, there are 10 seats up for grabs in Uttar Pradesh in the upcoming bypolls. The dates aren't out just yet, but seeing the results that from the recent bypoll that took place, where it was the India bloc that came out, emerged victor essentially. If you look at how they performed in different states, for the BJP, it will be extremely crucial to seal a win in Uttar Pradesh. And let's take you through exactly why the BJP faces a litmus test in the bypoll in Uttar Pradesh. They face, of course, a resurgent UP ke ladke. Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, that combined has definitely dented the BJP's prospects in UP if you look at the election results. Sure, the BJP managed to get 33, but they were hoping for doing much better than that. So again, the focus will be on Yogi Adityanath. Can he prove that he has, in fact, a certain amount of pull popularity in Uttar Pradesh? They'll want to show that the BJP is still very much a force to reckon with in Uttar Pradesh and are simply untouchable. At least that was the image before the general election. They'll hope to bring back that image now with the bypoll of 10 seats. To counter also the recent bypoll debacle, where remember, no seat in Uttar Pradesh really went to polls, but across the country there were seats in which the BJP didn't necessarily have reason to celebrate. So to counter that narrative that the BJP is on a back foot right now, they want to ensure that in Uttar Pradesh they do perform well. Now, it's not just in UP that you're seeing essentially a challenge playing out right now for the BJP. In Maharashtra, tensions are brewing within the ruling Mahayuti coalition just months before the assembly elections in the state. A mutiny, if you will, has erupted in Ajit Pawar's NCP over assembly poll tickets. It's something that you say every single time, but here's why it hurts Ajit Pawar. 4 senior leaders from the faction, frustrated over being denied tickets despite intense lobbying, have now switched allegiance. They've moved from Ajit Pawar to uncle, to Sharad Pawar's camp. Here's more in our next report.
Rumbling in Maharashtra's ruling Mahayuti just months ahead of the assembly polls. This time, a mutiny in Ajit Pawar's NCP over assembly poll tickets. Denied tickets for Bhosari's seat despite hectic lobbying, 4 senior leaders of Ajit Pawar NCP jumped ship and joined Sharad Pawar faction. The turncoats include Pimpri Chinchwad Unit Chief Ajit Gawane, a student unit chief and 2 sitting corporators.
2017 से यहाँ पे पिंपरी चिंचवड में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की यहाँ पे पीसीएमसी में उनका तो रूलिंग वो कर रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त से पीसीएमसी में जो डेवलपमेंट हुई है वो गलत तरीके से यहाँ पे भ्रष्टाचार भी बहुत हुआ है और इसके लिए जिम्मेदार यहाँ के जो सिटिंग एमएलए है वो इसके लिए जिम्मेदार है।
The Sharad camp welcomed the rebels and termed it a vindication of Sharad Pawar's leadership.
आदरणीय पवार साहेब महाराष्ट्राच्या आणि देशाच्या राजकारणात कार्यरत आहेत आणि त्यांच्या नेतृत्वावर फक्त आमचाही विश्वास तर आहेच, सामान्य मायबाप जनतेने तर साथ दिलीच आहे, आशीर्वाद दिलेला आहे, पण काही विरोधकही आज आदरणीय पवार साहेबांकडेच अपेक्षेने बघतात. याच्यातच सगळ्या प्रश्नांची उत्तर.
Meanwhile, RSS mouthpiece blamed BJP's tie-up with the NCP for the Lok Sabha poll debacle. The RSS organ said that voters found the alliance unnatural.
अब आरएसएस ने जो एक भूमिका ली है अजीत पवार के बारे में, उस बारे में जो अंतिम फैसला है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व को लेना है, हमको नहीं लेना है. तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का नेतृत्व आरएसएस और आपस का जो विषय है उसको सॉल्व करे और अजीत पवार के लिए आगे क्या करना है वो उनका एक अंतिम निर्णय हो सकता है. उस बारे में वो एक फैसला कर सकते हैं.
हमारे कैंडिडेट को
Pimpri Chinchwad is considered Ajit Pawar's stronghold. Will the dissent spell trouble for him in upcoming polls? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's bring in Sahil Joshi on this broadcast, who's joining us live from Mumbai. Sahil, good evening. 4 senior leaders dumping the Ajit Pawar faction, making their way back and swearing allegiance to Sharad Pawar. With months to go for the assembly elections, how big a setback is this? How influential were these leaders, Sahil?
Well, Akshita, if you look at the scheme of things in the state, you can term them as local leaders from the Pune district. But it shows a trend. The seat sharing talks are yet to begin, and before that, in anticipation, where there is already a BJP existing MLA in that particular area, the NCP Ajit Pawar camp leaders who are opting for the ticket from NCP now. Are definitely thinking about the options before the assembly elections. They have realized that because it's a sitting seat of the BJP, there is a possibility that they might not be considered for the assembly elections. So before that, they have already jumped the side and moved over towards NCP SP because in the Mahavikas Aghadi they think that there is a possibility of getting that particular seat. So it is going to be a tough challenge for parties like NCP with Ajit Pawar and also for Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, because the more and more the seat sharing, the assembly elections will come closer and the seat sharing talks will begin. The existing Mahayuti will face a larger challenge because they already have almost 205 MLAs on their side. By retaining those number of seats to the respective parties, say for an example, the BJP is trying to retain all the 105 seats which they have already won in 2019. In those particular seats, wherever there is a possible candidate from NCP AP may think that there is no political future in that constituency, so he may opt for somebody from Mahavikas Aghadi. So rather than how big that leader is, one can see the trend which has already begun. We saw some leaders switching over to NCP SP during the Lok Sabha elections, say for an example in Ahmednagar, where the sitting member of parliament from NCP SP was with NCP Ajit Pawar, and just before the Lok Sabha elections he switched over to NCP SP to get a ticket to contest from the Lok Sabha elections. Similarly, what we saw in Bihar as well, and of course in Bhiwandi Lok Sabha seats, all these three seats were won by NCP SP in Lok Sabha elections. So this is a trend what we can see which will be which is developing and which will see a growth as we will approach the assembly elections in some more time.
Sahil, just a quick response from you on the RSS's comment here, where they've said, that there was lack of communication, and that's what's led to issues for the alliance.
Well, Akshita, it's very interesting that every interval, especially immediately after the Lok Sabha election results on 4th of June, there were multiple articles and multiple reactions come from the BJP leadership as well as from the RSS side. The first article was written by Ratan Sharda, the RSS ideologue and organizer, and almost after a month, Vivek, which is a weekly organ of RSS, have come up with kind of a survey. It's kind of a reportage after speaking to various BJP workers and the workers who are working in various fields from the RSS. They have expressed their displeasure of the BJP leadership's decision to go along with Ajit Pawar in Maharashtra and forming government. They have also raised questions about the image which the BJP received in Maharashtra of kind of a washing machine, changing their stand on corruption and various other issues, not getting enough opportunities within the BJP because of the incoming in the BJP during elections. So, there are various issues which have been raised by the BJP political workers and have been now, given a voice in the form of this article in Weekly Vivek, which is an organ of RSS. Interestingly, the BJP leadership and Ajit Pawar camp has also have already made it clear that the upcoming assembly elections will be fought together. So we'll have to wait and see whether the RSS mind over their alliance with the Ajit Pawar will be heard by the BJP leadership or not.
Yeah, we'll have to see whether the RSS kind of tunes down their criticism or continues on this path. Thanks very much, Sahil, for joining us with your perspective also on this big story coming in from Maharashtra. All of this playing out with just months to go for the assembly election in the state. All right, with that, I'm slipping into a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, we're getting you details on the budget. The countdown is on, and you're seeing the BJP's allies, Chandrababu Naidu for Andhra Pradesh, Nitish Kumar for Bihar, now pushing hard, bargaining hard for special financial packages.
India Today. Newsbreak sets the agenda. First to expose IAS fraud. First to investigate her fakery.
India Today was the one who exposed her WhatsApp chat.
First to uncover parents' arrogance. Now Pooja Khedkar shunted out. India Today. the channel of real impact. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime. And as the centre is now gearing up to present its budget, BJP allies are piling pressure on the Modi government. They've got their wish list ready. And the TDP chief, Chandrababu Naidu, Andhra Pradesh chief minister, is currently camping in Delhi, meeting with senior leaders, pushing hard for a financial package. It's not just Naidu, however. JDU chief Nitish Kumar has also put forth a long list of demands. Here's what we're picking up. As per sources, the Telugu Desam party, the TDP, has raised with their ally BJP the devastating financial conditions of Andhra and therefore has demanded that a special financial package be given to ensure funding for the development of their capital, Amravati, for the development of Polavaram Dam and much more. As far as Bihar is concerned, sources tell us the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar similarly has demanded funds for infrastructure projects in the state. He too is pushing for a special financial package. Let's bring in on this broadcast managing editor of Business Today TV, Siddharth Zarabi. Siddharth, the countdown on for the budget, and I think everyone's also going to be looking at what Andhra Pradesh gets, what Bihar gets. At this point, does it look like, the Modi government will be able to give in to some of their demands? Because there's a long wish list that both Naidu and Nitish have put forth.
That's a very good point. And remember, the Bharatiya Janata Party, this is the first time that it's presenting a budget where it does not have a majority of its own in the Lok Sabha. So remember that political context. And you are absolutely right. All people are looking forward to what might well and truly be a NDA budget in that true sense. Now, as far as the demands are concerned, we've been speaking to people in both the alliance partners, TDP and JDU, and other experts. There are three possible scenarios. One, that the finance minister makes a clear indication of the special needs of these two states and maybe make a mention of some more. The other bit would be increased allocations for special assistance to these states. Now, for that, you'll have to find mechanisms because a lot of money already goes through centrally sponsored schemes across states. But if you take Andhra Pradesh demands, they are specific, project-specific demands. For example, a dam project or rebuilding a capital. Now, in the last 20-25 years, you would be hard-pressed to recall a separate budgetary allocation for the construction of a state capital. So, some amount of accounting skills will get deployed as to how that money can be done. The government has the option of saying, hey, we are going to give 1 lakh crore or 1 lakh 25 crore, which is the total for what the TDP seems to have demanded so far. But remember, some years ago, Bihar's demand had been rejected by the very same government. So I believe they will sort of walk a tight path on this, and certain matters finally might be referred to the Finance Commission, which is the constitutional body that decides on special needs. Remember, and I say this in that special category as a state is something that the Modi government in the past has not really been in favor of.
Just one quick follow-up question, and that's focused largely on Andhra Pradesh, Siddharth, which is, as you pointed out, that the wish list as far as TDP goes and Mr. Naidu goes is 1 lakh crore to be given for Andhra Pradesh for the development of Andhra. Do you see bargaining happening on that front, or do you think the centre could actually meet that requirement?
Well, that very question I had put to the TDP spokesperson just a day ago, and the answer was very reasonable. One, they're not saying it's make or break. If you don't put all of it in this budget announcement, it is going to sort of break the relationship. No. I think a very pragmatic course is being adopted by the TDP. They would want indications and the beginning of a process. They know they have 5 years to do this. And remember, even if 1 lakh crore, hypothetically 50,000 crore is required for building a state capital, it can't be constructed overnight. It can't be done even in one financial year. So I got the sense through other conversations also that some amount of agreement is there. There is, of course, political posturing, and the BJP is now getting used to their alliance partners coming out and speaking volubly. And I can't but contrast this with how Bihar was treated earlier on. That led to, a break in relationship between the BJP and the state party there. I sense there is a difference this time around, and remember, TDP is being very articulate, very reasonable about it. So they're going to come together and put up a united face. But remember, all of that money in any case doesn't have to be given on day one.
Snap of a finger. It doesn't have to happen immediately, but there will be an assurance that TDP will seek, because there's a whole lot of pressure on Chandrababu Naidu to deliver on his promises of transforming Andhra Pradesh, of making Amravati into another Hyderabad. Thanks very much, Siddharth, for joining us with what really to expect from the budget as far as TDP and JDU's demands are concerned. Let's take this state by state. Again, putting the focus on Andhra Pradesh, as Siddharth told us, 1 lakh crore is what Chandrababu Naidu is seeking. Why does he want that amount? If you break it down further, 50,000 crores he's seeking for a new capital, for the development of Amravati, where nothing so far has been done. So he's essentially starting from scratch. 12,000 crore for the Polavaram project to ensure irrigation is taken care of in Andhra Pradesh. Again, a huge issue in the state. 15,000 crores is being sought by the TDP to clear the overdue debt. This is a cash-strapped state that we're talking about. out. 10,000 crores for infrastructure projects and 60,000 crores for an oil refinery. Now, let's be very clear here. Again, Siddhartha did highlight this, that this is an amount spread over the next few years. Not that the immediate budget that happens in a few days from now should have an announcement of this breakdown. And I want to bring in now Apurva Jayachandran, who's joining us live with more details on how the TDP is actually pushing forth with these demands. Apurva, what's the TDP's strategy here? How are they really negotiating to ensure that their demands are met really with by the BJP?
Well, Akshita, remember, primarily what the TDP is going to be demanding is for funds for reorganization of Amravati as well as reorganization of the state. These are two primary demands that the TDP will be making. Remember, we've already seen how the Telugu Desam Party's chief and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu had very strongly reiterated that planning Amravati and building Amravati is going to be the goal looking forward in the next couple of months. So that is going to be the first and foremost thing that the TDP's chief and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister will be focusing on. Reorganization of the state. It's been over a decade since the bifurcation happened, and Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are two different states now. But we are seeing how Amravati, there's still a lack of capital for the state of Andhra Pradesh out here, and that's what is going to be the primary focus. In fact, the Chief Minister has already here released white papers on the rampant corruption and the various losses that the state had incurred over the last 5 years, that is between 2019 and 2024. And in fact, he's also, in the last 4 white papers that have been released, he's talked about how there needs to be allocation of funds for the state from the center, and that's also going to be one of the pointers that he will put forward to. And he's already met with Union Minister Amit Shah as well, and there are also talks that are going on. Remember, this is the second visit in just a short span of days that Naidu has taken back to Delhi, where he's meeting with several leaders there, union ministers, and it's going to be a very important discussion that will be held among the union ministers there. The Naidu will be taking forward. The roster there for discussions is quite long and varied, I must add.
It's very clear, and it tells you the importance that Chandrababu Naidu is giving to this particular budget by the fact that he's camping right now in Delhi, meeting with all these senior leaders, leaving nothing to chance, because he knows full well that the people of Andhra Pradesh expect not just the TDP but the NDA to deliver here, and for Chandrababu Naidu to be able to flex muscle financially courtesy his alliance with the BJP. Thanks very much, Apurva, for joining us with those details. Let's focus now on Bihar. What exactly is Nitish Kumar's demand? What is he bargaining for with the BJP? Special status for Bihar, big question mark on whether that's actually possible. Flood mitigation measures, 30,000 crore rupees to bolster infrastructure projects in Bihar. He's pushing for 9 airports, 4 metros, 7 medical colleges to be set up. Again, not immediately, but over the course of a few years. Wants 20,000 crores for a thermal power plant, repair work on 20,000 kilometers of roads, double unconditional long-term loans as well. And let me bring in Rohit Singh on this. Rohit, we've seen what's happened before when the JDU's put forth a list of demands, not necessarily met with. This time around, what are you picking up? Chandrababu Naidu has come with a list of demands, including how much he expects from the central government. Does Nitish Kumar have a similar list?
Well, see, Akshita, as far as Bihar is concerned, the demand for special status has been a long pending demand, more than almost 2 decades that Nitish Kumar has been demanding. And this time around also, when the budget is around, there has been a growing clamor as far as Nitish Kumar or the JDU is concerned that special status be given to Bihar. But what the sense is that I'm getting is that the Janata Dal United or maybe Nitish Kumar is not pressing hard for a special status, because they believe that because they do not meet the criteria that can be, because of the criteria that they can be given special status. That is why they will be happy if Bihar gets a handsome amount, you can say a good economic package for the development of the state. Because remember, in 2015 also, when the elections were going on, Narendra Modi had announced 1,25,000 crore special package for Bihar, and that money has been used for the development of the state And this time around also, though there are talks going on, there is a demand for special status. But I don't think so that if special status is not granted, that Nitish Kumar will be pulling the strings or he will be taking steps to ensure to make the government fall. And that is why an economic package could be in the pipeline, and it could be a huge amount. And that is why we are seeing that. Expecting that the economic package may be given to Bihar at this time in the budget.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Special status a little tricky, really, with both sides asking for it, but both knowing full well that it's hard to actually implement. But there's no doubt that there will be comparisons of how much money is allocated for Andhra and how much money is actually allocated for Bihar. Thanks very much, Rohit. Thanks very much, Apurva, for getting us all of those details from your respective states. All right, let's move on to the big story coming in from Karnataka. A big showdown over the Siddaramaiah government's move to go ahead and steamroll ahead with a contentious bill. Essentially, reservation for Kannadigas in the private sector, reserving a substantial chunk of jobs for locals. The proposal has been cleared by the state cabinet, will mandate up to 70% reservation in non-management roles and 50% in management roles. It sparked a heated debate over fairness, legality, and what happens to brand Bengaluru.
Facing heat over multiple scams, the Karnataka government, led by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, seems to have played the Kannadiga card, planning to bring in a bill to set aside a lion's share of government and private jobs for Kannadigas alone. The bill mandates a 50% reservation in management jobs and a mammoth 75% in non-management jobs only for local Kannadiga candidates. Initially, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah announcing a sweeping 100% reservation for Kannadigas in all blue-collar jobs. But he quickly retracted the move after Labour Minister Santosh Lad clarified that no specific quotas exist for these job categories.
And most of the politicians, wherever we go, we have been always pressurized that we need jobs, we need jobs, we need jobs. I don't say that they're not giving. So if there's a mandatory something like this, so it becomes foremost and important to see to that local gets an opportunity. And in case if the local talent is not available, they can opt to get for anybody else. So why they are so hesitant to seeing that by this draconian law will kill the industry, I don't know. I think this is hard.
But the move is facing flack not only from the opponents, but from Congress allies and Congress netas too.
A reservation is required for local people, no doubt about that. Wherever possible, they should give the reservation. Technically, we can't enforce on any organization to take them if they are not technically qualified for that.
Every next day they come out with this kind of dramatic bills, just want to cover up all the scandal, whatever scandals, whatever the loot, whatever the allegations they have been facing, they just want to cover up with all these kind of dramas.
It's highly retrograde, reactionary and regressive. See, one state or one city is not made by those people who are born there or in domicile.
Prominent industrialist and software body like NASSCOM also raised concerns, stressing the need for skilled talent in Tech Hub and the possible impact on brand Bengaluru.
The bill says a local is defined as a person who is born in Karnataka, who has spent 15 years here and who knows Kannada. And he has to pass a test. And if you don't have Kannada as a language in a school leaving certificate, then you have to take a test by a nodal agency.
Even Bengalurians are divided. While some call it a discriminatory, regressive and unconstitutional, others back the move.
More than Kannada, here outside peoples are working here, more than Karnataka peoples.
People should give some importance for the localites. And of course, for technical jobs, it is whatever they score, whatever they get is important.
Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar defended the bill as a fair and necessary step.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಗಳನ್ನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸೆ. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
To benefit from the reservation, locals must be proficient in Kannada and needs to be born in the state or a resident for at least 15 years. A similar local quota push in Haryana and Andhra, however, failed to pass legal scrutiny. Will the Siddha government law face similar fate? With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Clearly, hugely controversial decision taken by the Siddaramaiah government. Let's see, of course, if it gets passed first in the Assembly and then passes legal scrutiny as well. I'm slipping into a very, very short break. On the other side, we'll get you all of the highlights from the Republican National Convention and also US media reports of a big Iran plot behind the Trump attack.
Move! Up! Move! Go! Up!
Joined by CPM MP John Brittas. Sir, the Karnataka government, the cabinet has passed a bill, it's yet to be tabled under the Legislative Assembly, seeking 50% reservation for management positions in various industries of Karnataka. What's your first reaction to it?
It's highly retrograde, reactionary and regressive. See, one state or one city is not made by those people who are born there or in domicile. For example, city of Bangalore, it has been made by lot of people outside the state, even outside the country. $450 billion IT industry came up in Bangalore, not because of those people who are born or brought up there. So I would say this is going to unleash mayhem. There was another attempt by Haryana government a few years back. It's under litigation now. Despite that, Karnataka government has come up with a similar legislation. And this is another form of fundamentalism. As a political party, Congress is supposed to be against such fundamentalism, but they are adopting to such ways now.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. Let's get you all the latest updates on day 2 of the Republican National Convention, amid which US media reported that the Biden administration obtained specific intel about an Iranian assassination plot against Donald Trump. And this led to the Secret Service even ramping up security around Trump. There's no indication of that, however, when the assassination attempt actually happened. There's also no link between this Iran plot and Saturday's assassination attempt on Trump, who enjoyed unified endorsement from the Republicans on the second day of the convention, including harsh critics like Nikki Haley and even Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
He's got a knife. Yes, he does.
5 police officers shot and killed an armed man just under a mile from the security perimeter for the Republican National Convention. Officials clarified that there was nothing to suggest the shooting was related to the convention itself. Locals were miffed by the shootout. This had no implications inside the Republican convention. The second-day convention was nothing short of overwhelming eulogy for the former US President Donald Trump as he beamed and nodded. Vice President pick J.D. Vance stood by him while Trump critics turned his loyal endorser in the race to White House.
Let's send
Joe Biden back to his basement and let's send Donald Trump back to the White House. Now, Donald Trump stands in their way and he stands up for America. Donald Trump has been demonized, he's been sued, he's been prosecuted, and he nearly lost his life. We cannot let him down, and we cannot let America down.
Nikki Haley was Donald Trump's final challenger in the Republican presidential primary. Much like the Florida governor, she too directly addressed her supporters, endorsing the former U.S. president.
A strong president doesn't start wars. A strong president prevents wars. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period.
Businessman and former Republican presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy singled out Gen Z voters, urging them to be conservatives.
Are a requirement for human. And our message to Gen Z is this: you're going to be the generation that actually saves this country. You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative. Say you want to get married, have kids, teach them to believe in God and pledge allegiance to their country. Because you know what? Fear has been infectious in this country, but courage can be contagious too. That too is what it means to be an American.
Inside the convention, the Haley and DeSantis appearances were particularly notable given the personal animosity that defined this year's primary contest in the America's Grand Old Party. Republicans were jubilant. The pet bulldog named Baby Dog of West Virginia's governor, Jim Justice, made a surprise appearance, and delegates were told she had predicted a Republican sweep in the upcoming elections in November. Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's all we have time for this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in. Coming up on the other side is 7 at 7 with Preeti Chaudhary. She's going to be getting you all the details of the big setback that the Ajit Pawar NCP camp has suffered in Maharashtra with months to go for the assembly elections.
Tell you a few things about the commander-in-chief I know and worked with. As ambassador to the United Nations, I had a front row seat to his national security policies. We sure could use those again. Think about it. When Barack Obama was president, Vladimir Putin invaded Crimea. With Joe Biden as president, Putin invaded all of Ukraine. But when Donald Trump was president, Putin did nothing. No invasions. No invasions, no wars. That was no accident. Putin didn't attack Ukraine because he knew Donald Trump was tough. A strong president doesn't start wars. A strong president prevents wars.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Rumblings in Uttar Pradesh BJP camp. Prime Minister Modi meets Amit Shah after UP BJP chief Bhupendra Chaudhary. Sources say big rejig planned, but no talks of chief minister change. Setback for Ajit Pawar NCP camp in Maharashtra. 4 leaders of Ajit faction resign, join Sharad Pawar faction over ticket fallout. Big war over Sidhu Sarkara's Karnataka quota bill. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah deletes 100% reservation tweet. Congress netas, allies, top business honchos condemn move. Valmiki scam heat mounts on Sidhu Sarkara. Enforcement watchdog detains former Mantri Nagendra's wife. The Neta and his wife's bank accounts under ED scanner now. After Raya's fraud Puja, her father now under corruption radar. Puja claims harassment by district collector, files complaint. Chief Minister Shinde remains tight-lipped. Big Agniveer boost in Haryana. Government announces 10% reservation in police mining guard recruitment. Age limit relaxed by 3 years. The latest in the liquor gate alleged scam. CBI claims Delhi Chief Minister deliberately tweaked excise policy. Delhi High Court reserves order on Arvind Kejriwal challenging CBI arrest. Meanwhile, just months ahead of the crucial state polls in the big state of Maharashtra, four top leaders of the Ajit Pawar camp have now jumped ship to the Sharad Pawar NCP, delivering a big blow to the Mahayuti alliance. The Sharad Pawar camp calls this move vindication, while the RSS mouthpiece, and it's interesting here, pins the blame on the BJP NCP tie-up for the Lok Sabha poll debacle. Is this the latest development in the ongoing and a big dent to the Ajit Pawar faction, all of it coming 2 months before polls?
Rumbling in Maharashtra's ruling Mahayuti just months ahead of the assembly polls. This time, a mutiny in Ajit Pawar's NCP over assembly poll tickets. Denied tickets for Bhosari's seat despite hectic lobbying. 4 senior leaders of Ajit Pawar NCP jumped ship and joined Sharad Pawar faction. The turncoats include Pimpri Chinchwad Unit Chief Ajit Gawane, a student unit chief, and 2 sitting corporators.
2017 से यहाँ पे पिंपरी चिंचवड में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की यहाँ पे पीसीएमसी में उनका जो रूलिंग वो कर रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त से पीसीएमसी में जो डेवलपमेंट हुई है वो गलत तरीके से यहाँ पे भ्रष्टाचार भी बहुत हुआ है, और इसके लिए जिम्मेदार यहाँ के जो सिटिंग एमएलए है वो इसके लिए जिम्मेदार है.
The Sharad camp welcomed the rebels and termed it a vindication of Sharad Pawar's leadership.
आदरणीय पवार साहेब महाराष्ट्राच्या आणि देशाच्या राजकारणात कार्यरत आहेत आणि त्यांच्या नेतृत्वावर फक्त आमचाही विश्वास तर आहेच, सामान्य मायबाप जनतेने तर साथ दिलीच आहे, आशीर्वाद दिलेला आहे, पण काही विरोधकही आज आदरणीय पवार साहेबांकडेच अपेक्षेने बघतात. याच्यातच सगळ्या प्रश्नांची उत्तर.
Meanwhile, RSS mouthpiece blamed BJP's tie-up with the NCP for the Lok Sabha poll debacle. The RSS organ said that voters found the alliance unnatural.
अब आरएसएस ने जो एक भूमिका ली है अजीत पवार के बारे में, उस बारे में जो अंतिम फैसला है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व को लेना है, हमको नहीं लेना है. तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का नेतृत्व आरएसएस और आपस का जो विषय है उसको सॉल्व करे, और अजीत पवार के लिए आगे क्या करना है वो उनका एक अंतिम निर्णय हो सकता है. उस बारे में वो एक फैसला कर सकते हैं. हमारे कैंडिडेट को
Pimpri Chinchwad is considered Ajit Pawar's stronghold. Will the dissent spell trouble for him in upcoming polls? Bureau Report, India Today.
So lots going on in the state of Maharashtra and all of it coming together, viewers, just 2 months short of state elections in the state. Joining me for a deep dive on all the politics churning in Maharashtra is our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, as well as our Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi. But Rajdeep, beginning with you, there seems to be, at least today, a reverse power play in Maharashtra. Till now, we saw the defection from Sharad Pawar camp, but now it seems Sharad Pawar basically pulling in from the NCP Ajit Pawar camp. Moreover, the RSS also being quite vocal on why the BJP should not have aligned on what it calls an inorganic alliance with Ajit Pawar.
Well, thank you very much, Preeti. Yes, it's interesting. 3 months to go for the elections, and it's clear that the Ajit Pawar factor is swirling around Maharashtra's politics, particularly because there is a large section within the BJP and the wider Sangh Parivar that believes that the tie-up with Ajit Pawar is one of the factors that was responsible for the dismal performance of the BJP in this election, that the BJP cadres were unwilling to work with the NCP of Ajit Pawar, that here is the individual who was targeted by them as being corrupt, and therefore it just wasn't working on the ground. So the BJP looking in some way to distance itself from Ajit Pawar, but yet not sure just how far they can go. Meanwhile, a section of Ajit Pawar's loyalists are actually reaching out to Sharad Pawar. You'll have a few joining from Pimpri Chinchwad, which is part of Ajit Pawar's sort of dominant area around Pune, who are likely to join the Sharad Pawar camp in a couple of days. So there's a sense that the Ajit Pawar faction at the moment is perhaps the most vulnerable piece in Maharashtra's chess game at the moment.
All right, Rajdeep, stay with me. Joining me is also Sahil Joshi, our colleague from Mumbai. Sahil, of course, all of this comes in 2 months before election. Rajdeep, that's also, question that I'm going to come and ask you on how is this churning going to actually play out? How will the dust settle? But Sahil, is there a sense that Ajit Pawar could actually get isolated?
I couldn't hear your question.
Sahil, is there a sense that Ajit Pawar could politically get isolated? Because word coming in, Sharad Pawar is okay to take everybody else back, but not Ajit Pawar.
Well, I think this is just a beginning, because right now the seat sharing talks within Mahayuti have not begun. But, there is kind of a perception within Mahayuti that at least those seats which the respective parties have already won, and the incumbent MLAs are already with those parties, those seats will stay with those respective parties. Say, for an example, BJP will have 105 minimum seats in their kitty, Shinde will have 40, and as well as Ajit Pawar will have 40 in their kitty, and over and above, then there will be a seat distribution in the Mahayuti. So now, say for example, in today's case, the leaders who have defected from NCP Ajit Pawar to Sharad Pawar's camp are from the Pune's Pimpri Chinchwad area. This particular constituency where the BJP already has an existing MLA. So obviously the leaders who switched over to NCP Sharad Pawar, they had thought that their political journey may stop because that particular seat will not be given to NCP Ajit Pawar, because the BJP already